$700 million vanished into thin air, the culmination of a vast network of deceit orchestrated. DARKWIRE, Real Stories from the Wire, by Jiang Wenjie and Huang Xingshan. Their empire, built on the backs of trafficked workers, manipulated the vulnerable, and thrived in the shadows of Myanmar. But on a fateful day in early 2026, the FBI, in collaboration with Thai authorities, brought their operation to its knees. Jiang Wenjie, known as Jiang Nan, wasn't always the mastermind behind the pig butchering scams. Born on October 12, 1990, in the crowded streets of Guangzhou, China, he grew up surrounded by the smells of street food and the sounds of bustling markets. His father, a successful electronics trader, taught him the ins and outs of quick deals and quicker wits. Young Jiang learned fast, but it wasn't until he met Huang Xingshan, Ajay, that a darker ambition took root. Their partnership began in 2015, drawn to the lucrative world of cryptocurrency. Huang, the strategist, saw potential in the anonymity and ease of digital transactions. Jiang, with his charisma, could sell sand in the desert. Together, they built a deceptive online network, a web spanning continents, and honed their skills in the dark alleys of the internet. Their empire began with pig butchering scams, a term from the Chinese phrase shaju pan, where victims are fattened before slaughter. Online platforms became their hunting ground. Jiang and Huang's team built romantic or business relationships with unsuspecting targets, mainly in America, convincing them to invest in bogus crypto platforms. The first big score came with Shunda Park in Myanmar, masquerading as a business hub, but in reality, a prison. Trafficked workers were held against their will, forced to perpetuate the scam. Huang was ruthless, personally overseeing punishments for failures, which included physical beatings and mental torture. The money flowed, millions became hundreds of millions. By 2025, Jiang and Huang's operation was perfected. Over 503 fake crypto websites were live, meticulously designed to deceive. The scams pulled in $700 million, mostly from American victims. But arrogance breeds sloppiness. In late 2025, a trafficked worker smuggled out a desperate message, written on a torn piece of cloth, detailing the horrors within Shunda Park. Thai authorities were alerted, leading them to the FBI. The Bureau's cybercrime unit, already monitoring suspicious activities in Southeast Asia, had a lead. Operation Triforce Sentinel was born, a global crackdown that would eventually involve over 20 countries and 100 law enforcement agencies. The FBI moved quickly, infiltrating the network, tracing transactions, and mapping the entire operation. Months passed, but by early 2026, they had enough. On a humid January 10th morning, Jiang and Huang were arrested by Thai authorities crossing the Cambodia-Burma border, unaware they were already under surveillance. The arrest was a result of a meticulous operation involving Agent Rachel Lee, a specialist in cybercrime, and Agent Michael Patel, an expert in human trafficking. But here's where it gets worse. The arrest revealed chilling details. Under Jiang and Huang's rule, the compound had a hierarchy reminiscent of a feudal state. Workers were ranked, with privileges granted to those who met scamming quotas. Failure meant punishment, sometimes public, to serve as a grisly warning to others. The compound's layout, designed to maximize control, included watchtowers, barbed wire, and hidden cameras. The global crackdown followed. In May 2026, Operation Triforce Sentinel hit hard. 276 arrests worldwide, 9 scam centers dismantled, $701 million in cryptocurrency seized. Shunda Park was among the first to fall. Trafficked workers were freed, the compound emptied of its horrors. The operation involved the coordination of law enforcement agencies from the United States, Thailand, Cambodia, and Myanmar. For Jiang and Huang, the fall was swift. Facing extradition to the United States, they stood trial for wire fraud conspiracy and human trafficking. The evidence was overwhelming. Key witnesses, including several rescued workers, testified about the brutal conditions and Jiang's and Huang's direct involvement in the scams. The trial, which began on June 15, 2026, at the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, was presided over by Judge Catherine Armstrong. The testimonies were harrowing. One worker recounted, "Every day felt like a fight for survival. You did what they asked or you disappeared." The court heard of physical abuses, mental torture, and the relentless pressure to extract money from victims. The prosecutor, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Chen, presented a damning case, highlighting the severity of the crimes and the scope of the operation. In the aftermath, victims began to rebuild. The emotional and financial scars were deep, but the scam's exposure brought closure. The global sting served as a stark warning to other scammers in Southeast Asia's shadows. The FBI, in collaboration with other law enforcement agencies, launched a campaign to educate the public about the dangers of pig butchering scams and the importance of vigilance in the digital age. Jiang Wenjie and Huang Xingshan now sit in a Bangkok detention center, awaiting extradition. The compound they once ruled has been repurposed, turned into a community center for those they once exploited. But the legend of the pig butchering Kingpin lives on, a cautionary tale in the digital age of deception. The case serves as a reminder of the darker side of human nature and the importance of law enforcement in protecting the innocent. The final irony? The digital wallet containing nearly $340 million in stolen cryptocurrencies remains untouched. The password is a mystery, locked away in the mind of a man who now has nothing left but time. The wallet, a reminder of the case's complexity and the cat-and-mouse game between law enforcement and cybercriminals, remains a puzzle waiting to be solved. As the dust settles, the world is left to ponder the implications of this massive scam. The $700 million lost, the countless lives ruined, and the sheer scale of the operation serve as a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the shadows of the digital world. The story of Jiang Wenjie and Huang Xingshan, the pig-butchering kingpins, will be etched in the annals of history as a cautionary tale of greed, deception, and the unrelenting pursuit of justice. In the end, it was not the money that brought them down, but their own arrogance and the determination of those who sought to bring them to justice. The case will be remembered as a landmark victory in the fight against cybercrime, a testament to the power of international cooperation and the unwavering commitment to protecting the innocent. The story of the pig-butchering kingpins serves as a reminder that, in the digital age, the line between reality and deception is often blurred. But with the help of law enforcement and the courage of those who come forward, the truth can be revealed and justice can be served. The case may be closed, but the impact will be felt for years to come. The $700 million lost will be remembered as a small price to pay for the lesson learned, that in the digital age, vigilance is key, and the pursuit of justice is never ending.